Hey, hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 49 of the Geek Perspective. I am your host, Roy, and today with my co host, Derek, who's at my humble abode. 6 feet, Derek, 6 feet.
6 feet.
And Tom, we are reviewing the anime movie Full Metal Alchemist. What's going on, fellas?
Going on, Roy? How you doing, man?
Living the dream. 6 feet.
No.
What's going on, Derek?
Just hanging in there, isolating myself from everything else.
Obviously not, because you're at my house. Bastard.
Yeah,
There's
you
an invisible wall right here. You can't see it.
guys are too close. You guys are too close.
Yep.
So how's work been for you guys? I know you two are essential. I'm essential.
It's work,
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's work. We you have to be there, so we're just doing the best we can and doing our jobs as well as we can.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm exhausted. I ain't gonna lie, I'm exhausted. But hey, I mean that stimulus package went through, so that should help a lot of people in need, hopefully. And
Yes.
it's the economy's, the stock market was back up, which was nice to see. For my 401k, I lost God, like over 15 grand in 10 days and almost 20 in less than 2 weeks. Almost, and that's not even a lot. I know people who lost 100 grand in 2.5 weeks on their
That is
401k.
horrible.
Yeah, dude, it's like you work so hard for your retirement. I know for me, I mean, he's still at this rate. I mean, I was at a rate of retiring at like 68 or 69 years old, and then now this is going to set me back a little bit, but we'll get through. We will.
One day at a time.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, so
I see a box.
you see a box?
I see a box.
You see a box.
Yep.
What's in the box?
What's
You
in
want-
the box?
You want to do the box first? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, it's right there now. Now it's got my interest.
All right. Derek's being nosy. He wants to know what's in the box, Tom.
All right. So, I haven't really, we've talked about it. I haven't really been buying Funkos lately. But, there was a drop that happened for ECC, their virtual con that I know we've talked about, where because Emerald City Comic Con was canceled, so they put all the Funkos online on the Funko shop, and you had a chance of getting them. And even the ones that were just exclusive to the con, because some were shared with other stores like GameStop, but they were all put on the Funko shop and a bunch of them, and you could order them. And I ended up grabbing a couple. So let's see what I got. A funny story. I mean, when I got on the page, because they sell out. Some of them sell out less than a minute, like the 10-inch Indiana Jones, and which I had in my car. I tell you, I basically went on the site. I was right on. It started 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. I was right on at 10 o'clock, and I had one of each in my cart. And then I looked at the subtotal, and I was like, nope, not doing that. Haven't really been collecting. I don't need all of these. Honestly, I don't feel like, going through the hassle of selling them. So I whittled it down to just two that I knew I would just keep for myself. So that's what I did. Most of them sold out within a couple minutes or by the next day. So, yep, I grabbed two. It came earlier this week. So I've been chomping at the bit to open them. So, okay. So, this is honestly the only straight Funko that I really wanted from the ECC. There were some cool ones, but I just don't collect them. It is the 2-pack from Grand Budapest Hotel by Wes Anderson, one of my favorite movies, favorite director. He did Life Aquatic, Royal Tenenbaums, Darjeeling Limited, Fantastic Mr. Fox. I love his movies. He's got one other Funko for one of his characters. That's Steve Zissou from Life Aquatic. So I grabbed this one. It did sell out, and cool thing.
Is it a movie or like an animation or an actual movie?
No, it's a movie. You're not familiar with Wes Anderson?
I'm familiar with Wes Anderson, but I had never seen this movie.
Yeah, it might have been like 3 movies ago that he did it. It was really good. It wasn't as like big as Royal Tenenbaums, you know what I mean? Or as polarizing as Life Aquatic. So you didn't hear a lot about it, but it was really, really good. He works with a lot of the same people, Jason Schwartzman and oh God, what's the blonde guy? Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, and he works with a lot of the same cast. But yeah, this was one of his movies. Is it on Netflix? Probably. You put me on the spot here. I don't know.
Derek, you get your phone out playing with it.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah. See if Grand Budapest Hotel is on Netflix, because if it is, definitely you should check it out.
Well, tomorrow's going to be a crappy day around here in New England, so might be a good day to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. And another cool thing, I didn't even know this. It's limited to only 1,500 pieces. So, wow. Yeah, pretty cool. So, yep. So that's that. And then the other thing I got was the ECC. They're but it's Batman, and it's the ECC version, limited to 5,000. So let's see if I got the chase.
So far, how many chases do you have so far out of those?
Only 2, honestly.
Okay.
I only 2 out of all the.
Well, they're hard to come by. So
yes, they are.
Yeah, they're pretty good, I think.
Yeah, 1 in 6. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I mean, I'm seriously one of the unluckiest people on this planet. So, 2, I'm happy with 2. But yeah, I'm hoping I get it on this one. I believe the chase is all pink. And the regular is green for Emerald City Comic Con. It's limited to 5,000. So doing my math, 800-ish for the chase is the total number. Okay, hang on.
While you're doing that, Grand Budapest Hotel is not on Netflix.
God damn it.
I'll check Hulu in a bit, Roy, and maybe it's on one of or Prime. Could be on.
Yes, because I have Hulu for $1.99 for a whole year.
That's so awesome. Oh, got it. Okay. So as we know, from my last ones, there's a Pog at the bottom. It's got Batman and no chase.
Oh.
I'll open it real quick to show you guys what it looks like. But so there he is. He's all green for the Emerald City Comic Con. So didn't get the chase, but still cool. You know, it's they're fun. And yeah, that's all I got for the unboxing. You guys pick up anything new recently, or?
Yeah, I got another pop in the mail the other day.
Did you bring it with you?
I did not.
I haven't bought anything yet in a little bit now since my lightsabers.
Yeah, dude, I have not been. I mean, I've got the soda ones. That's, you know. But
well, you both need to get off your asses and buy a lightsaber.
Yeah.
You know you both wanna.
What if I have Vader holding a lightsaber?
That's even better.
And he talks.
It's even better.
No, I didn't bring it with me.
I have one. Those cool unboxings. So when you get your lightsaber, Tom, are you gonna get a mystery box, or are you gonna build it yourself?
Yeah, we'll see. When the time comes, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when the time comes.
I don't know. Might be coming soon. You get that big check.
Yeah, that stimulus check.
Yeah. By the way, I'm sure we're paying that back next year at tax season.
Well, you claim it, so probably.
So now, does this? this stimulus check mean that Trump is a socialist?
I
Yeah,
dare
I
say
heard,
so.
I heard somebody got mad and was like, this is nothing to do. Are you fucking serious? This has nothing to do with socialism. We're getting money that comes from our taxes. What do you think that Bernie Sanders is doing with those money? It's coming from taxes. We're not going straight. We're a capitalist. We're not going straight socialism. It's democratic socialism. I mean, I said that to the person. He just looked at me. I was like, yeah, that's where do you think the money comes from? It's not like I just in a socialist society, we walk up handing each other money back and forth. Like, here's $5, here's $10. No, it comes from fucking taxes. So I don't get that argument. But anyway.
It's because Trump supporters, you know, they have to make up any excuse because the reality of the situation, they can't bear it.
Yeah.
You know, people I know that are Trump supporters, and I have no problem people supporting Trump. You want to support Trump, that's your business. Yeah. But like, don't say the news is fake news when he gets on YouTube or whatever one of his things, says something, and the next day says he didn't say it. When his ass was on TV saying it the day before.
Yeah.
And then he'll just attack the
don't say it's fake news. That if it's fake news, all the stuff Trump does that you love must not be real either.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
My favorite thing that Trump does is when in his speeches, he'll be like, and people are saying everybody, and nobody's saying it. That's how he starts and stuff. There's a whole there's articles about this too. He likes to, people are saying, or everybody's saying. Nobody has said it before that. Not one person in the history of the world has said what he's about to say. But that's how he gets his rumors going amongst his people, because then they're like, yeah, and then it becomes this thing, and it's like, holy shit! Like that's what kids used to do in junior high, and now it's working. It's working in the real world. Like
people are sheep.
Yeah, I didn't believe that shit in 7th grade, and it's working with the leader of the fucking free world. So, hi Meredith.
Oh, we got 2 messages.
And then, hi Linda.
And hi Linda.
Yeah, I know, Linda. We're not 6 feet apart. Derek likes being close to black men. I don't know why. Meredith, you might have issues with Derek. He keeps rubbing my leg.
It's like cat.
All right, guys. I think it's time for the Derek's review because Derek's over here zoning into his phone.
So I guess. If you want to call it zoning, I just have it on like the battery mode so it shuts off if I don't.
Hey, if his phone explodes, people, it's not my fault. All right, Derek, it's all you, my friend.
All right, so Fullmetal Alchemist. It is based off the manga and anime. The initial release was December 1st, 2017 in Japan, and then it came to the US on Netflix a year later. It was directed by, I'm going to butcher this name so bad, Fumihiko Sori, and in the box office, it made $8 million US. So for the cast, we have...
How much did it cost to make?
It didn't say how much it cost to make, but there was like a lot of CGI in there.
Yeah, because 8 million seems like a really low number, but I don't know.
I'm like, geez.
For like an anime movie, and I guess for like the US, I'm guessing it was a Netflix release. So these kinds of things, I don't know how long they actually stay in the circuit for.
Matty Ice is saying that definitely isn't social distancing. I agree, Matty.
He won't get away from me. I'm too sexy for him, apparently.
I agree, Matty Ice.
Well, after this, I will be 6 feet away. How does that sound?
I don't believe it.
So the main character, we have Edward Elric, played by Ryosuke Yamada. Roy Mustang was played by Dean Fujioka. Riza Hawkeye was played by Misako Renbutsu. Yeah, I know you're just gonna laugh at all these names.
Well, it's crazy of the names. Yeah, it's like wow.
Well, it's normal to them.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
Oh boy, so Maze Hughes we have played by Ryuta Sato. Lust was played by Yasuko Matsuyuki. Envy was played by Kanata Hongo. Still can't tell if that character was male or female between anime and this.
Yeah. That's scary about anime. You just don't know sometimes.
But-
Even when they speak, sometimes it's like I don't know.
But I do love the costumes in this. I feel like they look as close to
The outfits are pretty
characters you could
badass.
get.
I love the outfits.
They look as close as you could get to the actual anime.
That's cool.
Shao Tucker was played by Yo Oizumi. Gluttony was played by Shinji Uchiyama, and Tim Marco was played by Jun Kunimura. So the story begins with their little kid's probably like 6 or 7 years old, and the mother dies, and they try to bring her back to life with alchemy. So the way that alchemy works in this world is based on the law of equivalent exchange. So if you have the materials, you can transform them into whatever they make. So they get the ingredients for like the human body, but they don't have a soul. So when they go to transmute the mother back, they actually create a monster. Edward Elric loses his arm and a leg, and his brother actually loses his whole body and gets his soul put into an aluminum metal soldier knight kind of body.
Yeah, it was kind of a mixture of a knight and a robot kind of thing.
I never understood the apron for why he's got an apron on it, but he's got an apron.
The headband thingy.
Yeah. Well, I think that was just part of the helmet.
Oh, okay.
I guess some helmets probably have like feathers or whatever. That just had. I'm gonna assume that's probably like a horsehair tail. I don't know. So they're trying to throughout the movie try to get this thing called the Philosopher's Stone, which which they should be able to get their bodies back and body.
You're right about that, Matt.
Yeah, I was about to
What do you
acknowledge
think?
Matty Ice. He is calling Roy a beautiful chocolate man.
They don't call me Chocolate Love for nothing.
He's probably thinking about chocolate right now.
I'm sure everyone is that's watching this show. Chocolicious.
So I'm taking it you know this Matty.
Yeah, he's my friend. So throughout this movie, they're trying to get the Philosopher's Stone. You meet their friend Winry, who basically repairs his arm every time he breaks it in a fight, which is quite often in the anime. In the movie, I think he only broke it twice. They're helped along by Maze Hughes, who's in the, I think he was Lieutenant, no, Major Hughes, and he's a family man, really friendly towards everybody, pretty naive, I guess you could say. I'm trying to foreshadow and not give away a lot of things.
Derek is foreshadowing.
What?
Holy Jesus.
He doesn't have. He can't use alchemy, from what I've seen. He only has like his gun and his throwing knives. He is able to help them find a doctor who makes chimeras, and they're going to try to use, hopefully, like try to find the Philosopher's Stone using him, see if he has any ideas. And when they get to his house, he's kind of like a mess because he's got his yearly exam, and he's thinking he's going to lose his job. So he looks like he hasn't done anything in weeks except look at papers or research. He's got a daughter and a dog.
A daughter and a dog.
Yeah.
Not a dog and a daughter and a dog.
It's alphabetical. The daughter's name is Nina. The dog's name is Alexander. They leave Ed's brother. I'm trying to think of his name right now. Al. With the doctor so he can try to get clues as to where the body is, like their body is, or if they can go back to the door that they show in the flashback. That big gray door.
Oh yeah.
With an invisible being that calls himself God.
Invisible being.
So while Al is with Tucker, Winry and Ed go to find Marco, who they believe has a stone. They do find him, but unfortunately, someone else is looking for him. The character Envy and Lust. Lust finds him first and kills him.
She was the best part of that movie.
You like her creepy nail polish?
I'm in love with her.
Are you lusting over her?
Oh, I am lusting over her. She is awesome. She's some chocolate in her life.
Marco shoots her a couple of times. Doesn't do anything.
I love her nails, or whatever they were, the talons or whatever.
Would you call them like Wolverine claws, but they go longer?
Yeah, they were very badass.
She pins Ed so he can't use his alchemy to stop her, and he kills her. I mean, she kills Marco, and then leaves. Marco gives Ed the Philosopher's Stone that he has and tells him to transmute it. So they take it back. And when Ed gets back to Tucker's house, he can't find Al or Nina or the dog. Can't find his brother because he was still recovering from the hypnosis. But it turns out he turned his daughter and dog into a chimera. A talking chimera. And it was creepy because it looked exactly like the anime. It was really creepy. So he basically loses his temper and basically just beats the guy to a pulp. And as they're getting arrested by Mustang, or the Mustang's arresting Tucker, they get a clue about a Lab 5, which is mysterious because it's not on any maps. What do you guys think about the movie up to this point?
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm in love with Lust.
Yeah. I didn't. I honestly, I don't know if it was I was overtired. I don't know. I mean, I kind of dug it. So,
All right. When someone has to go, well, I was exhausted and had no idea what I was watching, but you know what? I think I liked it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of violence in this one.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe it was like, because some of the other ones, like I've talked about it, how I was like almost uncomfortable watching them because they seemed so geared for younger people or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I up to this point, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the whole thing I kind of enjoy. So when you're done, I have a bunch of questions and some general questions for you just about anime in general. But yeah.
Well, it's funny. The animes Derek has picked. Growing up, when I was a young adult, way back in the day, a buddy of mine I used to work with is huge into anime, and we would get together and watch horror anime, and that's how I was introduced to anime. And horror anime is just the craziest, best stuff like you'd ever see. And you have not picked one of those yet. Unfreaking believable.
We're working our way up to those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so back to where the plot in the movie here. Hughes is trying to help them find this Lab 5. They believe it's a cannery. And unfortunately, it's just a cannery. Hughes discovers this, but as he makes this discovery with the map, Lust appears again and tries to assassinate him. he gets a knife in her head.
That was pretty awesome.
While dodging her claw hand.
That was an awesome scene.
So he makes it to a phone booth to try to tell Mustang what's going on. Unfortunately, Envy is also there, and Envy has the ability to transform herself into anybody, and she shoots him and tries to frame Mustang for doing so.
See, I thought she was definitely a he.
It was weird because I feel like in the anime it was like I always felt like it was a guy, but at some point I'm like, no, it's like definitely a girl, but I don't know.
I'm just going by the voice. The voice seems very manly.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tom? You awake there?
Say it again. I was going through my notes. Sorry. Wait.
Do you think the character Envy is male or female?
God, I have no idea. It like goes back to what you guys were saying before. It's like I have a tough time telling in general. You know what I mean? And then in this case, I mean, I have no fucking idea. I'm gonna say male.
Well, if it's a woman, she has a very deep voice.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at it's like it's so hard to tell with these characters and everything because it's like some of the male you can tell they're females. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we should put this out. Like I watched the movie in Japanese with the subtitles. They watched it in English.
Yeah, dubbed.
So we do have different voice actors.
Oh, that's true, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it was your movie. You should have been very specific.
Sometimes that's just part of the fun. You don't know.
Yeah.
I know what I watched.
So Mustang is in the tunnels for Lab 5, where he's joined by Ed, Allen, Hawkeye, and he's being confronted by Lieutenant Ross and some more of the militia. It looks like Ross is going to shoot Mustang, and instead he decides to set her on fire. So were you surprised that he did that?
Nope, not at all.
Or did you see the plot twist coming?
Oh, I saw that coming.
Yeah, it was yeah.
So the Ross was actually Envy, and he set her on fire a couple more times. There's a big fight in the tunnels, and Ed ends up chasing after everybody because Lust stabbed him because he was trying to save the girl from being stabbed by the hands. So when he chases her down to the tunnel, he sees Tucker, sees Al on the table. Can't call it an operating table, or you could call it an operating table. And he's holding Winry hostage. He's got a Philosopher's Stone, and they were going to use it to make an army, which turns out it happens anyway. But not by Tucker. He got killed by Lust because
Lust is a badass.
She's like, fuck this guy. He talks too much.
She's the best character in the whole show.
You just like her icy cold veins.
Mm-hmm.
So there's another, I think it was Major. He ends up coming in and says, I was the mastermind for this. I'm going to use the Philosopher's Stone to make all these things up in the ceiling, these artificial bodies.
No, are they supposed to be him? I thought when he was talking that he was saying they were like something about they were his children or like him. Like I just thought they'd be more like him for some reason, like looking more like him.
Oh, so the Philosopher's Stones, if you're going to use them the way that they're using them, it's just an artificial body.
Back then, because I thought I was like, oh, they don't look like him, not at all.
So he's calling them like his children because like he did the experiments to make the Philosopher's Stone, which was human sacrifice.
Nice.
So X amount of human sacrifices makes the Philosopher's Stone. And it gives the artificial beings, I guess, function. They just kind of look like mindless zombies. You guys creeped out by how they looked?
No.
Were you
No.
happy they looked like? Were you happy they had like zombie-ish qualities?
I wouldn't even call them zombies qualities personally. I think they're more like
mindless robots.
no, a alien.
Yeah, I had like my thought was like mutanish, but
yes, I can see that too.
I wasn't necessarily happy, but I thought it was cool. I definitely thought it was cool. So
yeah, so this is like the last 20 minutes of the movie or so, like this big fight scene. They're taking out the, I don't even know what you want to call them because they're not homunculi, because that's what envy, lust, and gluttony are. They're just taking out the artificial bodies. You got to take them out by the head. Mustang actually ends up killing lust and envy.
That was a sad moment for me. Not envy, but lust.
Yeah.
I don't care about envy.
You didn't like how envy was just like, ah, fuck, I'm just gonna go on a killing spree.
I want envy. I wanted the lust to kill everybody. I wanted lust to survive and walk away. Like, ha ha ha! I'm queen of the world. That was my plan, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, so he killed her by taking the Philosopher's Stone that she was using as her heart out of her chest. And Ed actually does his little transmutation motion, goes back to whatever plane you want to call this with the gate. And the thing says, well, now you finally brought the right toll. And he was going to probably give him his body, or give him the body and the body parts back for the stone. And he decided not to do it. And then the kind of movie just kind of ended right there. But that's only half of the manga, roughly. And they've also left out maybe 7 or 8 characters.
Thank God it was over 2 hours long as it is.
So
before we get into the discussion, I just want to tell everyone, make sure you like and subscribe. Click that little bell so you stay informed to all our new releases of content. And make sure to comment on this video. Let Derek know how he did on his review. All right, go ahead, Tom.
So, for myself, again, I know you've done it before, and maybe some of our viewers out there, just a real, just a few sentences explaining the difference between manga and the anime.
All right, so 99% of the time, the manga is first. And then the anime is the adaptation of the manga. And I'll say maybe 95% of the animes follow the manga.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, there's filler episodes depending on when they start the production of the anime.
Can both be movies and books and movies?
Yes.
So you say the manga comes first.
Most of the
time. Written, or is it written with animation, or what? What is it?
The one that I think everybody knows would be like Shonen Jump.
Okay.
It's basically just like a weekly or monthly comic thing. So it's basically just like a Japanese comic.
Okay. So it's got animation in it.
Yeah, so it would look just like a comic book.
Okay. Cool. That's a perfect explanation. So
yeah, so like I think each issue only has like 1 chapter, and they have like X amount of stories going on. So they could have like maybe 10 to 20 different ones in each magazine.
Mm-hmm. Have you read this manga for this?
I read a couple of them. I didn't finish this series, but only because I had finished the anime, so I didn't feel the need to keep reading it.
Okay.
I usually read them if the anime takes like a year off to let the manga get ahead so they don't have to do filler.
Okay, so I guess I probably cut you off. That was probably my fault. When you described the manga, so what is just the anime then?
So the anime is the cartoon adaptation of it.
The cartoon adaptation. So when it's put to on the screen, that's when it becomes anime.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait a minute, I thought manga could be on the screen too.
The best way. I'm gonna go on a manga app.
I think we just stumped
I mean-
Derek. Holy
No,
Jesus.
this is just maybe you guys would see it better versus my explanation. I don't know.
Well, the simple
So-
explanation is either it can be a movie or it can't be.
Well, I mean, they can be, but like, so this
so-
is anime, so like you can see the cartoon.
Yep.
But if I showed you a manga, it would just be like black and white, and it would just have the characters talking as if it was like a comic book.
Okay. I got it. I got that one.
Sounds kind of stupid to me,
So
but
usually when an anime happens, it's usually like there's 20 to 30 chapters probably already written.
because it's manga.
Yeah. And usually an episode.
So manga is mainly a written form that they at some point put to screen. But an anime is the actual cartoon version of the
manga.
manga.
So the way I kind of understand it, having like a theater literature background, it's like the source material,
Yes.
essentially. Okay. So that's what I had always thought, and like I just wanted to clear that up again, and then maybe for some of our viewers that aren't aware too, that it's the manga is the source material for which the anime is draws its whatever from. So okay, cool.
So I can say it this way: like usually one episode of an anime is equivalent to about 4 chapters of a manga.
Okay. All right. You kind of answered a couple for me in that. You have any questions or anything you want to say, Roy? While I'm looking for my next question.
No, I think my overall thought was I thought I'd like it more. I liked it.
Yeah.
I like the violence. Really cute Asian girls. Asian girls are awesome. Everybody should have an Asian girlfriend. Pretty badass. I thought I'd like it more than I actually did. Like I said, I liked it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's because like Tom said, it was a long week. I put it off watching it for some stupid reason until last night, which I really shouldn't have because I knew I'd be exhausted by the end of the week. And I've been wanting to watch it for a while because I've seen it and it looked pretty cool. The screen on Netflix, whatever, and
so I'm sure you probably had like some questions because like they like talked about some things in the movie, but they never really explained.
No,
like the Ishvalan War.
Nope.
Like there's a bunch of references to that, but they didn't have any of the characters.
I noticed that and I was like, must not be that important. I really don't care.
It's actually pretty important.
so explain it.
Because like one of the characters that they left out of this movie is Scar, who is from Ishval, and he is basically targeting the military alchemists who were involved in the war. It was like personal revenge vendetta.
Yeah, but that's not the whole story, though. That's a whole separate.
Oh no!
thing.
All these stories combined into one.
Right? No, I get
know.
that, but like, you don't need that for the story.
Well,
Like, it's not essential.
Like they referenced some of the stuff, but they didn't show anything. Like maybe a flashback. They didn't have to necessarily show Scar, but they could have showed like flashbacks of Mustang in the war because they referenced his cold personality from it.
I didn't think I lost anything by them not showing it. I just took it as it's something that happened. Okay, let's move on. You know, that's the way I took it.
And like they never showed Fuhrer Bradley, who was actually a pretty big piece of the story as well.
Yeah, didn't notice.
Maybe he'll be like in characters in the next movie if they do him. If they do another movie.
Yeah, it's I mean, personally, I like the story as it was.
I did a little extra research. Like I saw like Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing that. So you said each anime episode is 4 mangas, right? Is that what
4 chapters of one manga?
4 okay. So this I'm reading that there's 27 volumes for this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think each volume might have 8 chapters.
Wow.
So how many chapters are in this movie?
I'd say this is at least a third of the movie of the series, but a little less than half, maybe like 40% of it.
You probably need maybe 2 more movies
Yeah.
or one really long one, or like a mini series.
One for like the Ishvalan character story arc, and then one to complete the story.
So I've seen the when I'm out and about the Funkos. Do you own any Funkos from this?
Not this one.
No, I've seen Alphonse Elric.
Yeah.
I believe there's a Winry. I'm sure there's an Edward too. I don't know.
I haven't seen them when I go out, but like I've lately been seeing them like on my Facebook feed to buy.
Yeah, I know for a fact I think there's a couple. It might even be like some variants with Alphonse Elric.
Yeah.
So and I'm like 95% sure I've seen a Winry or Winry or Winery Rock Bell.
Yeah.
So okay.
Oh, I know a fight. I think they left out the fight in this particular movie. Like while they're in there, like they fight 2 things that are like Alphonse, like they're just souls attached to armor. And in this, like you actually learn about the seal that you see on the back of the helmet when his head comes off. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I probably did.
It was like a red transmutation circle on the
Yes.
back of the helmet, on the inside part.
Mhm.
That's actually his life force. So if you were to actually like break that symbol, he would die.
So long knife girl, all she had to do was break that thing. She could have lived.
I don't think at this point she knew about that, and if she did, she doesn't know where it is.
So here's a Funko question for you. Knowing me and Tom, if we were going to go out and buy an anime Funko Pop, knowing our personalities, what pops should we buy for our first pop?
For your first pop,
Knowing what we like and this kind of stuff we like.
Yeah,
like,
that's a
I
good
know
question.
you like the violent stuff.
He's like, you like blood and violence, so
if they had a pop from Helsing Unlimited, you'd probably get that one because that's basically Dracula.
yeah, isn't that on Netflix? I saw that somewhere because I'm
I
like
think it is on-
Helsing. I meant to add it. Is that Van Helsing?
It's not Van Helsing.
Well, it's one of the Helsing clan,
stories,
so to
yeah.
speak.
Because
Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to check that out on Sunday.
well, they just call it Helsing, but his name is Alucard, so he's
But is it the
Dracula.
same premise kind of thing though?
I guess.
All right, I guess not.
It's just
I'll-
vampire.
I'll take that as a no. You're kind of like, well,
like he's not going out looking to make new vampires.
So, what were you saying that we should get? I'm actually gonna pull it up.
So if they had that like a Helsing Unlimited pop, I could see you getting that
Helsing?
one. Yeah.
Oh, me personally,
Yeah.
but
I know you both like zombies, so you'd probably get the Titan from Attack on Titan.
Okay.
This is zombie pop I think I can find. I was actually looking it up right now to see if there's a Helsing pop.
is one of these them?
Well, like that would be Helsing, so that's
Oh,
Alucard, but I don't know if that's like, is that an actual pop or is that just a picture of what it would look like? Unfortunately, Tom can't see what we're doing.
wait, can't
Anyone else
wait. We will when I pull it up on the screen if I find it.
What do you think, Tom? Would you get like the Titan one because it's like the pretty much the Japanese Walking Dead kind of thing?
That'd be
With
cool. I
zombies
mean, I'd have to
Titans
see it.
to eat people.
But yeah, it sounds like something I would like.
I think I do have one, so I'll have to show you the picture. I'll take a picture of it later when I get home.
Yeah. Just
If
put it
I
on
remember.
our text chain that we got going.
Picture.
Yeah, I think another one you guys would probably do would be like Tokyo Ghoul.
I actually had a Tokyo Ghoul one. It was random. When I first got into Funko, I was as part of this group, and this kid, he was looking for exclusives. And I
Yeah.
was over at Hot Topic or something, and they had an exclusive Ito from Tokyo Ghoul, or ETO was the name, from Tokyo Ghoul, Hot Topic exclusive or something like that. I remember, and I got it for like $2. And I had it. It was pretty cool pop, but I ended up selling it because the trade fell through, and then I sold it at some point or another.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any Helsing Funko Pops.
Yeah, I don't think they have them yet.
Yeah, I'm sure they will soon enough. You know, Funko.
Yeah.
They
I'm learning.
They have it for everything.
Everything's a pop.
Nah,
And
yeah,
if it isn't, it will be.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Any other questions, Tom?
Actually, no. We got through all mine because it kind of answered some as he was answering another. So, I'm good on questions. So,
Do you have any questions, Roy?
Nope. I'm
Right.
good.
So final grades for it.
Why don't we start with Roy this time? Because he never goes first.
I'm gonna give it a 7 because I did like it, and if there was a part 2, I'd probably watch it because I want to know what happens. Tom?
I'm gonna give it 7 3/4. It's so far. I mean, as far as these go, I think there was one other that I liked in the past that I really enjoyed. But yeah, I didn't mind. Like I said, I don't know if it was I was tired or maybe I'm warming up to anime at this point now. Maybe you've just worn me down so much, Derek, that I'm starting to enjoy it.
Holy Jesus!
Or is it because I'm picking live action ones, so I'm trying to get it?
Yeah, that actually that's a good point. That is a good point. Live action for me is easier when it comes to these animes. I know a lot of people dig the animation in animes. I'm not a huge fan. So yeah, that could be it. But yeah, 7 3/4 for me. What about you, Derek?
See, for me, I'd give it a 7.5, but that's because like I've read some of the manga, like I've watched both animes, so like I know like things that were missing, some things like I would have liked to have seen that they didn't do. But like even like some of there was like some subtle character differences like that I picked up. Like you guys wouldn't know because you haven't seen the anime, but Winry's actually supposed to be a blonde, just like Hawkeye was.
Oh, okay.
So like that's why I wasn't picking up that as Winry right away until like it took a couple seconds. Like once I realized like she had the thing on her shoulder, I'm like, oh, Winry's not blonde anymore. But like I like the anime, like the CGI that they did. I like the violence.
Yeah, I thought the cinematography was good for the movie.
It looked like to me like the English dub version. They actually had the cast from the actual anime.
Oh, really?
So Edward Elric was actually Vic McManga, who we had a discussion about like back way when, like
oh yeah,
in episodes 5 and 8, somewhere around there. I think.
Yeah, I remember. And now, what's going on with him? Has he been cleared, or has he, or
I haven't heard if he's been cleared or anything. Like I know he's gotten like a couple of voice acting jobs recently.
Okay.
But at the same time, I also know like he lost his Dragon Ball Z, like he lost his Dragon Ball character. So like he's no longer Broly. Like they replaced him in the video game with somebody else.
Oh wow.
But he was really cool about it. Like he wished the guy that took over like the best and like all that stuff. But I think some of the people just don't from that show didn't want to work with him anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
it's understandable.
It is understandable, especially if he did it. I'm not declaring his guilt or innocence. I don't know anything about him or anything, so it's understandable if.
All right.
Happened.
Well, that's the movie review from Derek for Fullmetal Alchemist. Pretty good movie. You guys should watch it if you have Netflix. Check it out. But I thought it'd be fun for us to talk about some movies and TV shows on Netflix that people might watch or might want to watch if they are hanging out at home now with what's going on in the world, all the craziness that's happening. I know families at home with little kids and teenagers and young adults, and so I think we maybe pick some movies to talk about for a little bit and something people might want to watch. And I figure I'll start off with my first one. And so everybody at home knows I kind of sprung this on the guys about an hour ago. So if they're kind of like, it's because I just kind of sprung them on this not too long ago. So I figured I would just bring it up if they want to chime in. You guys feel free.
Yeah, no, I have a couple too. So
all right, cool. But my first one was a movie I watched last year, and again, it's one of those movies where I was bored and was like, all right, I'll check it out. And it's from 2016, and it's an hour and 37 minutes long. And the preview on Netflix says her survival skills have kept her alive in this apocalyptic world. Her people skills are not sharp. When a woman on her own comes across some people, she tries to work with them after being all alone for so long. It's one of those movies where this woman, it goes back to her backstory, what happens. I don't want to give it away because it's like pretty cool. Well, not cool, but crazy. And but she ends up being alone, and she decides to stay alone. Doesn't want to deal with people. Then she comes across some people, and begrudgingly, she kind of joins them, and it's what happens and how she fits in. And it's a apocalyptic type of movie. So check it out. I think it's a really good movie. And again, with what's going on right now, it kind of fits. Tom, do you have a movie you want to talk about real quick?
what was the name of that movie?
It is Here Alone.
Okay, you never said the name. You gave us.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you gave us the description. You never said the name.
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, oh, okay, he's gonna get to the name. He's gonna get to the name.
Watch this movie that I don't give you the name of. Just kind of look for it.
yeah.
Described it to the best
Type
of
in
my
this
ability.
description and
Good
see
luck.
if you can find it.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. First, I'll start with the show. The newest season 3 of Ozark, just dropped on Netflix. If you haven't watched Ozark, it's great. Jason Bateman stars in it. There's some other people you'll recognize. He plays the money man, the accountant, whatever you want to call it, for money launderer, whatever you want to call him, for a cartel. And he moves to Appalachia, the Ozarks, that area, and get to do some stuff, and it's great. It's it's a Netflix show. The first 2 seasons are on there, obviously, too. Season 3, I have not watched season 3 yet because it just dropped either yesterday or the day before. But great show. Especially you guys looking for stuff, and like Roy said, if you're home and whether it's quarantine or you're just self-isolating or working from home or whatever it is you're doing, that's a really good binge, is Ozark.
But you, Derek?
I saw
anything?
a preview for a Netflix anime
Oh, of course, it's gonna be an anime.
called Beastars. It looks like it's just pretty much tribes of
Love story.
No, there's probably one in there, I'm sure. But looks like it's these animal beasts, kind of like the movie that we did, The Boy and the Beast. Like,
Okay.
so like tribes like that. So like they're obviously going to talk and whatnot. It looked interesting. It's got a picture of like a wolf saving a rabbit. So probably going to be violent.
Violence is always good.
See where it goes. I'll find out that it's not exactly what I thought. That's usually what happens.
Well, you let us know about that. That's your homework. So my next movie, which is a cult classic, again, what's going on in the world. I think I'm going a theme here. Movie called Evil Dead.
Nice.
One of the classic horror movies of our time. If I have to explain this to you, you have issues.
I am aware of
Watch
this
the movie. You all eat Jesus. That's shocking in itself.
Well, it's not
Watch The Evil Dead. It's a cult classic. It's a great movie.
Different,
Check it out.
different from Ash versus the
What's that?
different from the Ash versus Evil Dead one. I'm assuming.
Yeah, but I liked Ash vs. Evil Dead. It was
I
more of a
love-
comedy, but
I love.
this is definitely the horror part of it. If you watch Ash vs. Evil Dead, that was more of a comedy. This is
The non-comedy.
the epitome of horror. Tom, do you have another one, or you want me to keep going?
Keep going. I'm going through my list and trying to
All right,
find.
Derek, you have another one?
Well, right now I'm binging. It's not on Netflix. It's on Funimation.
Of course it is.
Is Overlord.
Oh, Jesus. There's Overlord movie, too, actually, which is a
I'm
good
pretty
movie.
sure they're completely unrelated.
I'm sure they are.
So this one, guy gets trapped in the game called Yggdrasil, and he's a spellcaster, but his character is like a skeleton, evil-looking thing. And he actually gets trapped in the game. So like the game was the last day was gonna like once it hit midnight, you couldn't play it anymore. So like it hit midnight, he closed his eyes, he wakes up, he's in the body, the character. He's in the body of the character that he played. All the NPCs they created have their own personalities, and like there's no game rules anymore. So now he's out exploring the world, trying to conquer it. And he's definitely very OP.
Nice. How about you, Tom? You ready? Or want me to keep going?
So this one I have not watched, but God, everybody's been talking about it. I thought of another one too, but it's watching. I'm going to start watching this weekend. Tiger King.
I started that today, actually.
Yeah, the documentary.
I'm on episode 4.
I hear it's fantastic.
Yes, some of my friends have texted me like, "Dude, you need to see this."
Yeah,
It's crazy.
everybody's talking about it. You guys should check it out. I'm going to check it out this weekend. But yeah, Tiger King.
Yep. And I have 3 more, but I'm gonna go to my next one. This next one is the last movie. I have 2 couple TV shows. The Candyman.
Nice.
And I mentioned this because the new version is coming out soon, at some point. So before you see the new version, definitely watch the original with Tony Todd. Tony Todd is the man. Check it out, Candyman. I'm sure you've heard of Candyman. I'm gonna have to kill you if you didn't.
I know some things.
All right.
Did you guys watch the Mark Wahlberg movie?
Yeah, I still have it. I heard it's horrible.
It's
called Confidential.
Yeah.
I've heard bad things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard everybody's accent except his was really, it sounded really kind of phony. I heard somebody was saying, because you know how it goes with people when they're trying to do the Boston accent, they always go fucking Kennedy. You know what I mean? They always try to get that Jack Kennedy sound. It's like, no, the Kennedys were like their own fucking way of talking unto themselves. You know what I mean? They were like, they had that sharpness to it that, I can't even do it. And we're in Rhode Island's a little bit sharp, accents a little bit sharper than Massachusetts.
Oh, where's Linda? Linda's got a crazy accent.
Yeah. I mean, we all do. So
I mean, if the biggest complaint about the movie is the accent, then people are just nitpicking.
Rhode Island accents are horrible, though. They're bad.
Yeah, they're sharper than Massachusetts.
Linda goes to the bank. She doesn't go to the bank. She goes to the bank.
Bank.
Yeah. How you say bank, Tom?
Bank.
See? He says it normal. Linda goes, bank. That's how she says it. You know I'm right. I'm right, Derek.
See, I've lived all over the country, grew up in different places. So it's like after I've lived in a certain place, like for, maybe 9 months, I kind of slip into that accent. It's like I lived in Maine. So Maine's got a New England accent, but with like a Southern drawl to it. I lived in Arizona, Southern, but not like Mississippi Southern, a little bit different, not quite Texas Southern. I lived in Chicago, which is, they say it's that Midwest accent, which is kind of like no accent. You say everything. So it's like at one point I had moved around so much that it was the way I talked was so garbled. I was actually in Dublin at the time, and a girl thought that I was from another part of Ireland. Before you guys leave, can Tom say bank?
Shut up.
That was directed toward me, by the way. So what you're saying is the Rhode Island accent is just stupid, and then when you left Rhode Island and went to other places, you got a normal accent.
Yeah, well, all accents are stupid, is what I'm saying. But
No, just Rhode Island.
no, I mean, you guys sound fucking ridiculous.
Oh, because being doesn't sound ridiculous. All right.
I never heard her say it like that. She
Oh God,
says it
If
great.
we're together, we're gonna make her do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to think that Linda says bank fine. I think it's
Yeah. Oh, you just didn't put two together. I thought they were gonna kiss at one point. They were so holy Jesus. Got to have you there to separate the two of them. Tom, do you have another movie or show?
yeah. So Don't Fuck with Cats, the documentary.
Yes.
It's so good, guys.
Oh.
I put it on. I remember I texted you guys.
Yes.
We have a text chain, and I put it on, and about 15 minutes in, I texted these guys. You guys got to watch this. It was, and I was.
I didn't watch it yet. No, my
It's
brother's girlfriend raved about it too.
It's awesome. Check it out. It's another thing you look in. You know, there's what 4 or 6 episodes, something like that. I'm not even sure, but great documentary, docu-series.
I'm gonna do these next two real quick.
Yeah.
So I don't want to keep you guys too long.
Yeah.
Next two shows is Arrested Development.
Nice.
Another Jason Bateman show, comedy, but a crazy family. Check it out. It's freaking awesome. I've watched the first 3 seasons on Fox, I think it was on, and now it's on Netflix. They did a couple more seasons. Great show. You'll laugh your ass off. Good binging show, Jason Bateman. And the other one is Supernatural.
Yeah, watch that.
If you have not seen Supernatural, you are missing something special. I remember when it first came out, I almost didn't watch it because my first thought was no one's going to want to watch a Supernatural show. And it's been on for 15 years. This is the last season. It's on WB, the WB network. And the older seasons are on Netflix now. Another great show. If you're into ghosts, demons, zombies, gods in it, the devil's in it, angels.
I was gonna say the first 2 seasons were kind of like a monster of the week,
Mm.
but then after that, it became a story about the 2 brothers.
Yeah, it's a well done show. Once they found the groove, it became a I don't want to say a drama, but it's just well acted, well done. Everything about the show is pretty amazing. Everything about the show. So check that out. And then I want to throw a couple more in here real quick. October Faction.
Okay, I got
Gotham. Was that Tom?
Key.
Yep, Lock and Key and Umbrella Academy. Those are my other 4.
My last 2 are Lock and Key and October Faction. Check those out.
Yes. Great shows. October Faction and Lock and Key just came out a few months ago, right?
Yeah. But they're great. Check it out. While you're in, you got the time. You're looking for stuff to do. You know, these will, kill the boredom for you. I mean, obviously, if you can get out and do some exercise, you should be doing that. There's how we always say, oh, I wish I had more time to do this. Well, there's no excuse anymore. We got the time. So it's
unless you're an essential employee.
Yes. If you're working about God, man, I could sleep for a month. I feel like, right? I am so exhausted, guys.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
It's been long. I saw a meme out there. Somebody was just like, so when this is all over, can all you non-essential people, pick up the slack for a month so we can all for a month?
I won't even be greedy. I'll just be like, take it for a week.
So do you have any final shows you think they should watch on Netflix, Derek?
I would say The Witcher. I haven't started that.
Witcher. I like The Witcher. It wasn't a great show, but I like Henry Cavill. I can never say his name.
Cavill.
But whatever his name is, I like him, and that got me through the season. And I will watch season 2 because of him. I think he's a good actor.
But they did put production on hold for that.
Right? Oh,
yeah, everything's on hold now because of the whole coronavirus. Go ahead, Tom.
Just a movie. If you're out at a Redbox or something and you're looking for a movie, a bunch have just come out. But I did watch A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, the Mr. Rogers movie starring Tom Hanks. Excellent movie. If you're out and you're looking for a Blu-ray to pick up or a DVD or whatever, it's very, very good. So
Nice. So you guys have any final comments for the people?
just stay safe, guys.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Keep that
Wash your
distance.
face.
Really, don't sit as close as Derek and Roy are sitting next to each other right now.
This is what not to do, people.
Yeah.
If you're sick and die, hunt
Don't
Derek
buy
down
all
and
the
kill him.
toilet paper.
It's and just be
Don't
kind.
hoard toilet paper.
Yeah, don't hoard anything. Be kind to each other. Help each other. And we will get through it. Just stay vigilant, guys.
Time
Really.
and patience.
Yeah. Stay vigilant.
All right. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Comment on this video. For Tom, Derek, and myself, have a geeky, great day. Be safe, everybody.
Thanks, guys.